I've had the privilege to know Thijs for a very long time. We've done some amazing things together.
One way of improving your photography skills is to accept a challenge that you've never done before. For me, that was accepting to do the photography for Francois Pienaar's Make a Difference Foundation back in 2004. At that stage, I've only done the South African Open, where Trevor Ummerman won, so I had a lot of confidence in doing good golf photography. So when I said yes, I had no idea what I let myself into. So the brief was to take a group photo before they teed off. I think the group was 120 golfers. Then I had to have the photo printed and put into a frame so it was ready to auction off at the auction after the golf event. But that wasn't all. I was also tasked to do some action shots and some general shots, and then also photograph the auction event and just people afterwards. And just to throw in a curveball, I had to do a couple of 4-ball photos as well, and it was the shotgun start. Nonetheless, I was very keen to do it, keen to work with Francois Pienaar, and I set off and managed to get it all done. That evening at the auction, the guys were having an incredible amount of fun, lots of laughter, and I think they raised about 800,000 Rand at the auction. I think Christian Stewart was still the auctioneer, and Tox van der Linde played a role, and it was just incredible for me to see all these guys that I normally only saw on television and work with them. Francois is such a good host, absolutely amazing. And the following year I did the same golf day, 2005, also at Pearl Valley. I think the first one was also Pearl Valley. And yeah, people like Jan Ulrich, who was a Tour de France legend, actually attended the event. So I managed to do a lot of these golf days. Later they moved it to Arabella, and I got to know the management of Arabella, and then they invited me to do 1 or 2 of their golf days. And one I remember particularly was the 10-year celebrations of Arabella, where I took some photos. And out of the Arabella golf day, I actually got the gig to do the golf photography for the Saudi Arabians who came to play in South Africa. So some incredible stuff that I've done. Out of Francois Make a Difference Foundation golf days, I got so many other interesting things to do. I mean, it's fantastic if you can put on your CV that you've worked with Francois Pienaar. And I started doing the Fedhaza golf days, who had a lot of hotel and small accommodation people from the industry, and out of that I met a lot of people who also supported me in the wine industry, so that was good. Did some other golf days, and it evolved eventually into doing not just the photographs but also a video. So later I got so good at doing these golf days that I would shoot photos and a video during the golf day and then edit while in the golf cart, and then at the evening event I would have the video rendered, edited, and I'll play it when the guys walk into the room for their prize giving. So I got really good at that, but it all started off by saying yes for something that I didn't really know what I let myself into. Out of Francois' golf days, a lot of other things followed. For instance, Francois started Varsity Cup Rugby, and till today I'm still involved in photographing that. I absolutely love doing that. And I also got a nice gig, which I'll do a separate video on, when they started Varsity Athletics and Varsity Hockey and Varsity Beach Volleyball. So that was quite a lot of fun, in the Varsity Sevens. So Varsity Sports Sevens in Plettenberg Bay, I flew with Francois, and then we rented a car and we drove down to Plet, and we had a lot of laughs. So I'll do a separate video on that, because that was a lot of fun and it opened up other opportunities for me. So stay tuned. Cheers.
I cannot thank Thijs and praise him enough for what he's achieved and for what he's taught me.